Hey guys, my name's Gary, grateful recovering addict, alcoholic. So it's Saturday morning, Austin, Texas. It's a little bit gloomy and rainy out today, and I was thinking, kind of coming off my last video. I ended it with, we've all got something to work on today. I would watch videos of Jordan Peterson before I got sober, and he would say this thing that would just resonate with me, and he would say, think of the things you are doing right now to completely screw up your life, right? And just pick one thing and start working on that. And I knew in here what that one thing was, and I would pick something else. I would pick something small. I knew I had to get sober to even start working on any of that shit. So to even start improving my life. But I would say, okay, today I'm just going to be nicer to others, and then I'd fucking blow up at somebody or go on some fucking tangent. Because I couldn't, because I'm alcoholic, because I'm a drug addict, I couldn't even begin to start working on anything until I removed that shit from my body. And I didn't have the power to do that on my own. And it was just this never-ending cycle of shit, just crap. I couldn't improve my life. It was, I'd lost my company and through COVID, and then I started using 10 times harder, 10 times worse than I was using before. Like while I was operating a business, I would get the right amount in me just so I didn't shake that day, or so I could function. But then when I lost the business, I was like using to die, man. I was drinking and using to die. Not consciously going, I'm gonna try to fucking kill myself today, but just I was on a tear, man, and I had no vision. And another guy I would watch is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he talks about having a vision for your life. So the things that Jordan Peterson was saying, that thing that was just swirling around in my head, think of the things you're doing to completely fuck up your life. Pick one thing and start working on it. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger, watching that stuff, binge watching this shit. Have a vision, right? Have a vision and be willing to work your ass off towards that vision. And those things would ring in my head, and I would swirl around in my head. You need to get sober. And then I started picturing my life. What would it look like sober? And to be honest with you, I didn't even know. I knew what my life looked like before when I lived sober for almost 10 years. But my life has completely changed, and I had no idea what it could look like. So I had to start envisioning just being sober and happy. What would that look like? So I started with my kids. Having a better relationship with my kids. Getting sober. I had a grandson on the way, right? He was a bun in the oven, and he wasn't out yet, right? He wasn't ready yet. And he came a month early. So what happened, and I know a lot of you guys have heard this before, I ended up getting COVID in El Paso. I was driving to California from Houston, and I got COVID. And got sober, man. I got COVID. I was sick in bed for like 4 or 5 days, and after 4 or 5 days, I was like, damn, I feel pretty good. Holy shit, I'm sober 5 days. And I had the drugs, and I still have my drugs, and I had a variety too. Carried a variety with me, and however I wanted to feel that day, and I carried them around for about, I don't know, I want to say a month, but I stayed sober, and I started reaching out for help. I wasn't calling people going, hey, I need help, right? What I was doing was digging up old friends. I was calling old friends and going, hey, how are you? People that are sober. Hey, how you doing? My phone conversations were like, hey, how's it going? Cool, yeah, I've got 5 days, I got 10 days, I've got 20 days sober without drugs or alcohol. And then I at about 15, I didn't have 30 days. I remember I raised my hand out as a newcomer in an AA meeting. I was in Indio, California, near Palm Springs. So I went to my first AA meeting in 10 years. No, it wasn't 10, my first, because I had got a year sober. So it was probably my first AA meeting in 5 years. And I was like, fuck, man, I don't want to raise my hand as a newcomer. These people don't know me. They're not going to know. They'll think I got a lot of time, right? And then I was like, fuck it, man. You need some humility. I mean, I did have enough program in me, because I spent so much time sober. I knew that whatever I was thinking, to do the opposite. So my head said, go into the meeting, just don't raise your hand, and nobody will know. And then there was that voice of reason, that great reality found deep down within us, that was saying, don't start off your recovery, as a big shot. Fucking just raise your hand, practice some humility, let people know you're new. So I raised my hand, and that was it. I mean, it was just, I've got, they say, does anybody in their first 30 days of sobriety? And I was like, yeah, Gary, alcoholic. And that was it. And I was just listening to that meeting. And I remember that a guy got up and talked about, I remember that meeting. It's funny, I've been to thousands of meetings in my life, and I remember that one. I remember what the guy was talking about. There was a man sharing about his family and his alcoholism, and where it's taken him, and his dad was alcoholic. He was raised around alcohol, and he was talking about his struggle to get sober, and he was finally sober. So, yeah. So pick one thing today, like Dr. Peterson says. Pick one thing today and work on it. And I gotta say, subscribe, guys, okay? Fuck, I fucking forgot. I'm 8 minutes into this motherfucker right now. God damn it. So, it's Saturday morning. It's early. Sitting in the little car wash here where you do your own truck, or wash your own car. Got my Starbucks. I got my dog Bo right here. Come here, Bobo. Come here. Come here. Come here, Bobby. Come here. He doesn't want to come right now. He's warm over in the passenger seat here. Say hi, Bobo. So, anyways, you guys, I'm gonna. What will I work on today? Well, number one, if it's just stay sober, that's the main thing. Dr. Peterson was talking about, pick that one thing, and I knew I needed to get sober, man. So now, now I'm sober, I've got a million fucking things to work on today. I can just pick one, right? I think I'll work on my attitude today. It's going to be easy because I'm going to be spending most of the day by myself, right? Me and my dog. I'll try not to yell at my dog today. And, what else can I do today? I'm going to hit the gym today, right? And I'm going to call 2 family members today. And what else will I do? Oh, so I'm going to be making a phone call today. Okay, I got a hold of a guy, a dear friend of mine, and I haven't talked to her for a couple of weeks, and I need to call her today. I'm going to call her today. I'll text her today. But she put me in contact with this. I was telling her, you know, I'm bored, and I made a video, like 3 or 4 videos, 5 videos ago. I'm bored, and I need to get something going, you know, in this maybe recovery area or something like that, throw myself into service. So I was telling her about that. She was in, can I say this? She was out of town, right? And she bumps into somebody in a meeting from our hometown, right? Austin, Texas. And she, you know, I had left her that message, you know, a couple days prior, and then she meets this guy at a meeting, and this guy owns a couple of recovery centers, right? One's here in Austin. And so she said, hey, I have a friend that I don't know if this, you know, but I'll put you in contact. I don't know if this, you know, if this is going to work or not, but, you know, a friend, he's looking for a place to help others. And he's on fire for AA, and he just lost his son to a fentanyl overdose. I want to make an introduction. She made that introduction. I talked to him last night. We played a little phone tag, and then I got, you know, we made that connection last night. And so I'm gonna be talking to the director of his facility today. He actually just texted me this morning. So I'm gonna call him today and put myself, you know, I don't know what they, you know, like I said, I'll scrub toilets. I don't give a shit. As long as I'm around my people, right? As long as I'm put in a position to be helpful and useful to others. That's the somebody walking around the back of my truck here. That's the key to me, is I want to be placed in a position where I can be useful. And you know, that's all we can ask. So those are the things I'm working on today, okay? And, you know, in my near future. And it's all good, man. So what, you know, and I can hear, let me hear it in the comments box. What are you working on today within you to straighten out your life? Like Dr. Jordan Peterson said, you know, watch his videos, man. He's good. He's good. If you're having any trouble in your life, you know, he talks about responsibility, and that's the key to a successful and purposeful life, is to have some responsibility. Really tough to take on responsibility if you're fucked up. It's you know, I had a lot of responsibility when I was fucked up, you know, with my business. And then once I lost that, I was lost. You know, in recovery, we have a network of people. We have a program, and we have a vision for where we want to go. And I want to go forward. I don't want to go backwards anymore. And every once in a while, you know, moving forward, well, it does entail taking a few steps back once in a while, hitting a wall once in a while, and working on yourself. I do it through the 12 steps. I do it through sharing about my pain, my struggles in meetings. And I keep trudging the road to happy destiny forward. And sometimes forward means taking a step back every once in a while. But yeah, we do it together. So do it in the hit me in the comments box. Let's do it together, you guys. So I think that's it for right now. And happy Saturday to you. I think I'm gonna have a great Saturday, and I do believe that it's my choice. You know, whether I want to have a good day or a bad day. And if my day goes sideways and starts getting bad, then I throw myself harder into helping others or focusing on what can I do for someone else, because that's what recovery is. But yeah, I'm going to wash my truck right now and hang out with my puppy and answer any comments that you guys have today. So take care, you guys. Until next time, subscribe.